Hi, everyone. This is Sunny Harris, and today I'm going to talk about trading sunny bands in bull and bear markets, which is important, especially considering the kind of market we've been in lately. Twitter's rebounding and Netflix sank. So we're going to take a look at some things. My passion is helping traders, intermediate traders, and traders who have not yet become wildly successful, people who have not traded much and want to learn, and folks who want to improve their trading results. So it's for beginners and intermediates of all sorts. And I do develop strategies and systems for advanced and professional traders. So today we're going to talk about software, indicators, algorithms, tools, and platforms. And I'm going to share my favorites and show you how I use them. They're the ones I use in my own trading. First, though, we're going to talk about the disclaimer. You can take a look at this at MoneyMentor.com. If you scroll to the bottom and look at disclaimer, it'll tell you that there are risks in all kinds of trading, and hypothetical results have serious limitations, including that they're not tested on real markets. Also, past performance is not a predictor of future results. All investing involves risk of loss, and individual investments may vary. So the examples that I'm providing here may not be representative of typical results. Your capital is at risk when you invest, and you can lose some or all of your money, or even more if you're trading futures. Never risk more than you can afford to lose. And you can click there when I post the PDFs, or you can go to Money Mentor disclaimer and see the rest of the disclosures and details. Most folks, I think, start their trading investment portfolios by choosing stocks. And not all of you know how to pick stocks, though. I'll be using some of my proprietary indicators for this talk, and you'll see how I pick stocks. I'm going to teach you how I use sunny bands to trade futures, stocks, and crypto for my all account in all kinds of markets. A little about me. I am a professional trader. I've been trading for 41 years. I trade both futures and stocks. I don't trade options. And I'll tell you a little bit more about myself. But first, I'm going to show you how I trade. Well, no, not first. I'm going to do something else first, it looks like. I've been a trader since 1981 through the 41% crash of 87, 38% crash of 2000, and the 52% crash of 2007 to 2008, as well as the 38% COVID crash. Crashes happen. That's part of the market. And so you need to know how to invest or trade with them. So I trade the S&P futures contract on 1 and 5 minute charts. I've heard that the S&P is the most difficult market to trade, but I've been doing it for 41 years. I do have long-term stock holdings as opposed to my 1 and 5 minute charts for the E-mini. And I hold them a week or more, months, sometimes years. And I do trade Ethereum, cryptocurrency. So this is the kind of insights you can get from me for free if you subscribe to Sunny Side of the Street. It's a free Sunday night newsletter that I put out, and I explain what my indicators are telling me about the markets. So if you can't find it, just email me and I'll help you out, or you can click above when I post the PDF. It'll be on moneymentor.com, and all you have to do is sign up to be a free member. This is what Sunny Side of the Street looks like, and you can see every Sunday I address the same stocks in the same markets, and I give a vantage point prediction for the next day. So on Sunday nights, that would be Monday. I was rated #1 trader twice by Stark Research using my sunny bands and my dynamic moving average, which I'm going to show you. And you can see there, #1. And I grew up dirt poor in Appalachia. So I made everything that I've made on my own. I went to school on my own too, got 3 degrees in mathematics and 1 in photography. I've been programming for 52 years, trading for 41. I was a systems programmer for Lockheed, and I was a founder of ISCO, the world's leader in computer graphics software. One of the things we did was Harvard Graphics. and I retired when I was 30. Then I gave my millions to money managers, and they lost $75,000 in 3 weeks, and I decided I could do that poorly on my own. So I taught myself to trade. I read 117 related books, and now I've read 745. I'm on my 746th one at the moment. Do not enter. I did not enter a single trade for the first year of watching the markets, however. I watched and I learned the rhythm and I felt the market before I ever made a trade. I also published a monthly magazine called Traders Catalog and Resource Guide for 8 years, which was before the internet, and it was the resource for people who wanted to. It was yellow pages and articles, and it was the resource for anybody who wanted to look up things that you can now find easily through Google. I've written 5 best-selling books. Here they are. And I'm working on one now called EasyLanguage, Object-Oriented Programming Made Easy. I've written articles for all the major magazines, all the industry magazines. And here are my books, so you can see the 5 that I've written so far. I also wrote with Murray Ruggiero, who's now deceased, using EasyLanguage 9.x. I don't count that in my 5 though. And there's the magazine. And I wrote a book called Going Vegan with my friend, the actress Linda Blair. And that doesn't count in the 5 either. And now this is the one that I'm working on with programmer and legend Sam Tennis. I've been rated as in the top 10 consultants many times, and I belong to all the standard trading organizations. If you go to Quips and Quotes, it's right here on my website, you can click on Quips, and you can see everything that people email me. I post all their comments, even the bad ones. I have a Facebook page where I post weekly commentary on what I think the markets are doing, and I use my Sunny Bands. So you can go to Facebook where I have free predictions, or Sunny Side of the Street by going to Sunny Side of the Street on Money Mentor. And I released a new Money Mentor this last year. And there you can see I've got customers all over the world. So I'm going to break this all down and show you how I trade. This next picture looks complex, but it's really not. I like to use color coding because it keys me into action. So I know if I see green, that's money or buy, and red, that's sell or short. So I use colors for everything. I want my charts to be as quick and easy to read as possible. I speed read. I don't have the time when I'm trading on a 1-minute chart to look down at the bottom and see what time that says. There's the same chart with Sunny Bands on it. So here it is without. How do you know where it's going to go next? And there, Sunny Bands tells me exactly where it's going to go next. And it did today. And this at the bottom, you see vertical colored lines. Again, I like to use color to key me in. You can see what I call my dynamic moving average histogram. And the gold tells me to be long. The red tells me it's time to get out. The purple tells me it's time to be short. And the green tells me it's time to go long again. So there it is with both of those. And you can see it also has a setting if you want to print out all the information on the right side of the chart. It tells you the values of the upper and inner band and the lower inner and outer band. So we're going to break it down. First thing I do is I draw attractors on a chart. Then I add 3 moving averages. I add my dynamic moving average and the histogram. Then I have something I call potential hourly wage. Now, all these are technical indicators. I have them for TradeStation and multi-charts, though I am working on them for a few other platforms. And I add PHW lower. I'm going to show you that. So here are attractors. You can see quite easily that this is a local high. Here it comes down and touches that. So I drew it back here on this high. You can see it goes across, touches, and then breaks, but still bounces off of that same line. comes over here in this area, and you can see again, it exceeds it, but then it comes right back down. So that was a really strong attractor. That's what I call them, attractors. Right now on the E-mini, you can see this trend line going down from two highs. And that also in my book is an attractor. Fibonacci lines are also attractors. And I call them attractors because they attract price to them. So if I pull Fibonacci lines off of this COVID crash in 2020, you can see that it stumbled again. Market stumbled. This is a daily chart. So the market stumbled again in this area as it hit that recent high, keeps going on up, pauses around the 61.8, pauses again around the 76.4, again on this, which is an extension, 100% extension from that previous high. And then look where we are now. We're stumbling on the 123.6% extension. And then we're back down at this 0, and that's where it bounced off of today. These are Fibonacci fans, and I consider them to be attractors as well. And you can see again, price stumbles with that one, comes down to the next one, goes back up to that one, comes back down to the next one. So that's why I call them attractors. So here's the next thing I put on my chart. I look at what I call a moving average 3 lines, and it's 21, 50, and 200-day moving averages, which are the averages that the pundits on TV use, if you will. So you can see here that I've got a less than sign by the 21, telling me price is under the 21-day moving average. Also under the 200, at that point, right there is the 200 moving average, but it's greater than the 50. So again, visually inspect fast is my goal, and that gives me the information I need right there. This is my dynamic moving average. I'm going to show you how this is different from other moving averages. It avoids whipsaw, which is the trader's bane. It's the thing that kills us all. We get the trends right and we think we're brilliant, and then we get in a period of whipsaw and we lose all our money again, all our profits. This thing, I am a mathematician, so you know I can create formulas. So this thing creates or calculates its own inputs. They're based on the speed of the market. So it's like the first derivative of price, and it adjusts itself internally. For instance, let's say we have a simple moving average with close of 9 periods. So the input length is 9. The EMA, for instance, has a close of 18. But my DMA calculates its own links, and it changes them with every bar. So you never quite know what the inputs are. You just know that it's avoiding whipsaw for you. I have another indicator for my speed reading. I don't want to take my concentration away from the chart that I'm looking at. So to look at the bottom of the chart. So I have an indicator for that. Here, for instance, is the E-mini 15-minute chart. And it's like, well, where are we? And that was yesterday, I think. And you can see here how much easier this chart is to read. The blue and red bars are the day session, and the magenta and green bars are the night session. There again, without it and with it. Feel like you went to the eye doctor? Is it A or B? And there's the same chart this time with the simple moving averages on it. And you can see, I'm going to show you here. I picked a different period, I guess. I scrolled back a little bit, but you can see with the arrows, it has a buy and a sell and a buy and a sell and a buy and a sell and a buy and a sell. Every time the moving average crosses over, you get another signal. And that's what I call whipsaw. This stuff up through here is all whipsaw. And we can see from a performance report that if you follow that system, you'll make 45.75. And here it is with the dynamic moving average put on top of it. Now that's kind of messy. It's hard to see which is which, but I'll zoom in on that, and you can see then the gold and purple lines are my dynamic moving average. And the blue and magenta lines, or whatever that's called, lines, are the simple moving average. So you can see the crossovers back here when it doesn't cross over on the dynamic moving average. Here is the dynamic moving average on the same chart we looked at before, and look how many fewer signals there are. There's a long toward the an erroneous short, and then the long towards the end of the chart, and a sell that holds all the way through that down move, and then a buy signal. And this one, no optimization, no changing inputs, nothing, makes 22,475. So 4,000 or 22,000. And that's why I use it. Now I've added another little indicator. I think I have an indicator for everything. This one, I call it who's on top. It tells me just at a glance, real quickly, whether the gold line is on top, as it is over here, or the purple line is on top, as it is in through this period. So you can tell just by glancing at the bottom of the chart which line is on top. And when you get this little light purple in through here, it tells you that purple's on top, but it's flat. So it's not giving me a direction. When the purple line is flat or the gold line is flat, it tells me to avoid that area because it's choppy. And here it is again with the dynamic moving average and my histogram, which is how I time all my trades, is with that histogram. So here it is put together, dynamic moving average histogram, and who's on top. And we're going to get a little more complicated, so hang on. This is my speed reading way of living. So we've got sunny bands, which is the two bands that surround the dynamic moving average. That's what I call those. The dynamic histogram, moving average histogram, and this little one, oh, I didn't tell you about this. Yellow dots. See the yellow dots at the perfect turning points on the chart? Those are my PHW, potential hourly wage, it stands for. So I can see how much potential is there during the day. So I know how much to watch for in profit. And you can see that this tells you the ideal places. And this vertical green on the bottom is PHW lower because it's in the lower chart. And it tells me how much profit was available in the last trade. So this trade from short from 15 to 12 would have made $6.67 in that trade per share. So there it is more closely. That's the yellow dots are potential hourly wage, you can see. And it has a setting so that I can print out on the right of the chart. Gold on top tells me this gold line is on top in the DMA. And it has a printing setting so you can put all the values of the potential hourly wage indicator on the chart. Here's the same thing for RadarScreen, which is like a spreadsheet, and it shows me the potential return quickly for all symbols, anything I want to put in the RadarScreen. Now, ideal is the perfect education for all of the trades that we noted with the yellow dots. But the PHW is 60% of the ideal. I figure I can't catch all the tops and bottoms, so I give 20% back on the beginning and 20% back on the end. And that's why I use 60% for a more realistic value. And here's what it looks like on RadarScreen. Because the dots are yellow, you can see the yellow column that says PHW total. So for the Dow, you can see that BH is buy and hold. If you bought at the beginning of the chart and held on, you would have made $10,000. But if you could trade the chart, you make $500,000. So there's a big difference in trading and buy and hold. So the symbols on the left, BH means buy and hold. Ideal is if you could ideally catch all of the turns and make the maximum profit out of them. And PHW is 60% of the ideal. Number of trades is designated as #trad. So it's the number of trades generated in that period of time. So you can see there in 65 trades, you made Well, we don't trade the index, but we do trade the futures contract. If you can sort because it's RadarScreen, you can, just like you can double click on Excel to sort a column, you can sort by PHW or buy and hold, and you just click on the header and do the little down button thing. If you want to sort in the opposite direction, you just double click again, and it shows the most tradable symbols. That is the ones that make the most money. Some symbols are buy and hold candidates. You want to hold them long term because they don't do any wild gyrations back and forth. But Amazon, for instance, is the most tradable stock because it goes up and down and up and down. It makes progress, but it does a lot of retracement in the process. Here it is sorted by the highest PHW. You can see the Dow futures contract, $11,000 buy and hold, 564,000 PHW in 67 trades. And so you can just double click and sort on and see the little triangle thing there. That tells you that's sorted that way. So how much can you make? Well, that's what the PHW lower, the green vertical bars are for. They show you the most recently completed trade. And I like it on my charts because it keeps me aware of the potential profit for the trade I'm in. So there we have it again. Here it is on the E-mini. And you can see that this trade right here between yellow dots is $25,000 right there. Potential. Okay, it's not how much I made necessarily, but it is how much is potential. And here it is on a 15-minute chart. You can see that this trade right here between the yellow dots is reflected here. It can only display it after the quote trade is closed. So it says, $3,700 in that trade, trading one contract. That's significant. So my Sunny bands, no, they're not just Bollinger Bands, nor are they Keltner channels. It's true, yes, they use channels, but the Bollinger Bands and Keltner channels use an exponential moving average. I don't. I used my two dynamic moving averages in the center of the bands because, again, exponential moving averages will give you lots of whipsaw, and my goal was to take the whipsaw out. Bollinger Bands use standard deviation bands, and Keltner channels use average true range bands. So there's a lot of difference between them. I'll show you charts of both so you can see. So as I said, Sunny Bands uses my dynamic moving average, and it's not in most of your software. It's something that you have to license from me. It's only available that way, and it's a lifetime license, not a monthly or yearly license, and updates forever are free. So here it is. This one, I have the text turned on. You can see upper outer band, upper inner band. The midline is a real crucial number, lower inner band and lower outer band. So you can see there. Also at the bottom, it says the crossover is gold on top, but you can see that. Tells you at what time and from what price they crossed over. It gives you the angle of the ascent or descent of the price, and tells you right here that the difference between the inner bands is 21 points. The difference between the outer bands is 34 points. And I look for moves to go from one band to the other. It's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I can read on these bands where it's going and how far it's going and how fast it's going. These are Bollinger Bands. So you got Sunny Bands in the dark green, and then this cornflower blue and the red on the bottom, we have Bollinger Bands. You can see here that Sunny Bands call this price short right here. Bollinger Bands are still moving up. They don't give me a fixed entry that I can read on them. Maybe John can read them, but I can't read where the entries and exits are on Bollinger Bands. So let's take those off and put a Keltner channel on. Similar problems. You see, Sunny Bands tells me clearly that that's short. Keltner Bands don't. So here it is on the daily E-mini. You can see progress from the bottom to the top and back to the middle. If this DMA line were flat, then I would know that that price is stumbling in that area, but it's not flat. It's still down at that point. And here's the 5-minute E-mini. This is what I look at all day long. 5-minute E-mini with the dynamic moving average histogram on the bottom. Let's look at it on Twitter, for instance. We had a call to go long here. We went long, 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 and took profits right there. So that's the long call, and that's the exit call. Here it is on Apple, so you can see that on a daily chart. And I've got RSI on the bottom of this chart where you can see overbought and oversold in the conventional manner. Sometimes I look at that, sometimes I don't, but it's interesting to have it on the chart. So here's how I choose stocks, and this is different from how most people choose stocks. I don't short them. I buy and hold, waiting for a sell signal to take profit. So I'll hold for a while. When I get a sell signal on sunny bands, I'll take the profits out of them instead of going short. And then I wait for the chart to tell me when to get back in. So the next chart's going to tell us which of a set of stocks, which are above their 3 moving averages. And it'll also tell me whether my dynamic moving average is bullish or bearish and what the potential profit is. A lot of information on one screen. So here's what it looks like. And again, I'm using colors. So if I look for something that's all green in this area that says SJH, those are my initials, _R means it's radar screen, and then it's the moving average 3 lines. So all green areas tell me that ADM, for instance, is above all 3 moving averages. And there are the values of the moving averages. ADM closed at, oh no, that's ideal. It doesn't give me the closing price here. Okay, so it tells me there's potential to the upside at a price of 91. Likewise up here, ABC, green on all 3 averages. So that means that it's potential to buy and hold. So there's the 3 moving averages. And there is my dynamic moving average. And you can see through the colors there, and then this little symbol. This says the Dow on that day was bullish, but it's red. So it's saying it was moving up, but now it's moving down. So all these red bullish it has been bullish, but it's changed. Purple means it's bearish, and down is the symbol. Likewise, gold bullish with up tells me that that stock is, American Airlines is bullish. So these are the values that I look at. And of course, the PHW, which tells me the potential profit I can make on this daily chart. So first I look for stocks above the 3 moving averages, 21, 50, and 200 days. And then I run a screen so I can see stocks with all green cells. These are still bullish. And I also have a scanner, which will tell me which stock symbols of those 3 are above all 3 of those moving averages. And here's the scan. And you can see this, all of these, and this only goes through part of A, all of these are still bullish. So here's the 3 moving averages again. AAL was one of the stocks. I picked it out. It's above all 3 moving averages at that point. Greater, greater, greater. Here it is with sunny bands. And you can see now, and this was, I think, yesterday, that this blue bar comes up and above the upper sunny bands. So the thing that I'm waiting for is to see, is it going to continue on up, or with it outside that band, is it going to turn red and come back in? If it turns red and comes back in, I'm out. Take profits and wait for more information. So there's the long signal. And there's the sell signal, because there the red bar came down inside the sunny bands after being up. And there is another buy signal as it bounces off of a flat dynamic moving average. If you want to know how to do this, give me a call. I give you a full explanation for free. We can talk about it. I give you a 15-minute, in addition to that, I give you a 15-minute consult for free, do a little mentoring with you. So just, I'll put my number at the end and you can give me a call if you want. This is Vantage Point with today's prediction on it. And you can see it pretty much did that. This gives you the prediction 1 day in advance, and I post it. I post the prediction for the Dow Jones on MoneyMentor.com, and it's there every day by 4 o'clock my time, which is California. So if you want to see the Vantage Point prediction, you can just scroll down to the middle of the web page, and there it is. Let's talk about platforms. We were talking about technical software stuff. Let's talk about technical platforms for trading. The ones I have and know of are TradeStation, Multicharts, Metastock, NinjaTrader, Thinkorswim, and MetaTrader. Oh, and Wall Street IO, I have to tell you about that. That's something new. Really cool. Another one of those tech things I want to share with you. So this is TradeStation, which uses a programming language called EasyLanguage. Here's a 5-minute chart of the E-mini current contract. You can see also, I forgot to tell you, I have this little indicator called day open, high, low. So the open of the day is colored blue, the low of the day is colored red, and the high of the day, for some reason, is not on there, but this was the high of the day right at the end. PHW lowers on there, telling me how much profit is available. The dynamic moving average histogram is on this sub window, telling me which direction to trade and when. And then notice how who's on top changes color as the dynamic moving average goes flat. So a light gold is flat, a light purple is flat. Here's what EasyLanguage code looks like. And it takes some getting used to, as all coding does, and you're going to see in a few minutes as I show you other programs. This is Multicharts with sunny bands on it. Same idea. A lot of the software these days uses black backgrounds, but I don't prefer them. I prefer white because white's paper, and I do print a lot of my charts out on paper to keep historical notes. And their programming language looks like this. It's called Power Language. You notice it's very similar to EasyLanguage, TradeStation's EasyLanguage. Metastock with sunny bands on it has a language called Formula Language, and this is what it looks like. Looks more kind of like a spreadsheet equation than either of the other previous ones. So that's a moving average of average price. Here's Thinkorswim. They have a language called ThinkScript, and that's what its language looks like. They all kind of are similar in a way, but this one is a little more object-oriented in nature. There's TC2000, and I don't know their language, so I don't have it to show you. And here is NinjaTrader, and they use C#, which they also call NinjaScript. And that's what their code looks like. It's definitely more complex. If you don't speak C#, you're probably not going to get their language. And this one is MetaTrader. So you can see everybody's got charts. And here's the MetaTrader code. Everybody's got bar charts. Everybody's got a language in which you can write strategies and indicators to plot on your charts. And there's the second. This is the same thing for a moving average. And it took that much code to do it in MetaTrader. And then this one is Wall Street IO, which I mentioned. It's a new platform, and it shows you a chart, of course, of whatever symbol you put in. And then it lists the profit from, oops, sorry about that. It lists the profit from the strategy that you're talking about here. And it's a drag and drop coding system. So if you want to test ADX, you click it here and drag it into there. For this one, I've put MACD in there for both the buy and the sell triggers. And then you click on back test, and you can find out how much money that would have made. And you didn't have to do any programming at all. And further, if you subscribe to their service, you can have access to everybody else's profitable tested systems through the community, which is pretty cool. It's drag and drop back testing alerts. You can subscribe and follow other successful strategies, and that's all there is to it. I look at attractors. I study the DMA histogram and the Sunny bands. I trade the E-mini on 1 and 5 minute charts, and I trade 3 to 5 times every day. With equities, of course, I buy and hold for weeks to months to years. I do have a YouTube channel that I post videos on that can help you with my indicators or with the market in general. And the last piece of the puzzle, of course, is every night before I put away my trading tools and go to bed, I look at my Vantage Point software to get a clue where the market might go tomorrow. The gray bar on the right of the Vantage Point chart shows tomorrow's forecast. And if you would like to get this link will take you to a free class to teach you how to use Vantage Point, and they won't bug you. They'll just give you a free class. So here's the prediction for today. You can see that that's where we have gone, and I am a little bit late on posting my prediction to Money Mentor for tomorrow. So here's my website. There are tons of resources on Money Mentor. If you click on resources, you can find just about anything you want. I've got a full bookstore, and all my products are listed there. And my phone number is right on the top. So the products I do have there were all developed for my own use in my own trading. And I just happen to make them available to you because why not have other people have access to them? So I do show you exactly how to use them. And you can go to my order form if you're interested, or you can, if you want to see charts, you can go to moneymentor.com/products.html. And I don't hold anything back. I tell you exactly how I use them. I don't keep any secrets, and you have access to call me anytime you want. I train them I train you to use them for free. So there's the order form. That's what it looks like. And farther down in that menu, you can see that each of the products is listed in a yellow band, dynamic moving averages, and you can choose which ones you want, or you can click view on chart or view chart to see what the charts look like. Free stuff. In January, I did a 4-week strategy trading forum that was free. If you're a member of Money Mentor, you can download the PDFs and listen to the recordings. On April 26th, I'm doing the last session of a technical analysis forum, also free for members. Membership's also free, by the way. And it's not too late to get in the last session. And remember that I can only accommodate 30 attendees live. And that's how you sign up if you want to go to the technical analysis forum. In July, Sam Tennis and I are doing a free EasyLanguage forum. So continue to look at moneymentor.com so you'll know when that comes out. So my offerings are education and consultant, programming services, mentoring, which is my favorite thing to do. I love when one of my students calls me back and says, I made $1 million this year on the stuff that you taught me. I just love that. So I've got a complete bookstore on Money Mentor. I get a few pennies from the books you order to help me continue to do free classes all the time. I offer distance learning and the indicators I use myself in my own trading, and Sunny Side of the Street, my free Sunday night newsletter. Special offer for people who came here through Timing Research today. We have 30% off for the next week, all my indicators and strategies, and even mentoring. So if you order by the end of this coming week, it's 30% off, and I don't give discounts. It's very rare. The only time I give a discount is the month of October generally. Or if you order before May 15th, I'll extend it to 15% off. And it even includes consulting and mentoring time. You might ask, why is my mentoring time so expensive? It's because I'm a real trader and I know how to make you money. If you want a 7-day trial of any of my indicators, you can either give me a call or you can send me an email at sunny@moneymentor.com. If you want the dynamic moving average histogram free, it sells for $9.95. If you order Sunny Bands by 5/15, then I'll give you the DMAH for free. That makes that a 30% off deal. And these slides will be posted, so sign up for membership at Money Mentor, and they will be on the membership page. So just go to moneymentor.com and click on membership on the top menu bar. My writing partner, Sam Tennis, who's renowned as the EasyLanguage expert in the world, has several programs that you might be interested in as well. He has Data Report Pro, which gives you color codes, tells you if green is long, red is short or loss. It shows you so you don't have to be looking at the strategy performance report all the time. This is right here on your screen. Also, the SPGC Report Pro is your strategy performance real time right there. So that's the strategy, and this one's the real time. He also has a real-time form that I keep on my charts. It shows me exactly what my current profit is in the real time, not a strategy, but a real-time trading. And the screen on the left is how you set the settings for this real-time profit loss viewer. He also has a wonderful little utility called Scroll the Screen, or Scroll the Chart, one of those, Scroll the Chart. And it allows you to go to specific bars, to specific trades. It also now has on it time of day, and you can configure it to go to the next trade or the next bar or the time that you're looking for. All of these are available on moneymentor.com's order form. And if you wanted to go straight to Sam stuff, moneymentor.com, order under form HTML #Sam. And that goes right to Sam stuff. And that's what it looks like. Are there any questions? Where's the chat? Let's see. I got a little bit of chat. Last time I posted on Facebook was a little while ago. I've been out of commission for a few weeks. Hi, Silver. Nice to see you're there. Anybody else? Do we have any questions about anything that I've presented to you? Because I guess I'm about done, a little early, just like the last person. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Is anybody still here? All right. Thank you very much, Timing Research, for hosting the event. And to David and Anka, I really, really appreciate being able to show up at these events. I do enjoy talking with everybody. And audience, thanks for your attention and your attendance. And I do love to visit, so give me a call. I'm happy to talk to you for free, just to get to know you and know what it is you do and how I could possibly help you. Can I please repost the 30% discount? I sure can. Hang on one second. We'll get back there. There you go. That's the discount. 30% off of anything till the end of the week. And 30% off if you buy Sunny Bands, you get the DMA histogram for free. You want to take a screen capture of that, you can do that too. And it's going to be on Money Mentor's membership page when I post the slides. All right, anything else? I'm going to give you now let's see if I go scroll back real fast to the end. Hang on. There's my phone number at the bottom of every slide. And please don't hesitate to call. Here's my information. I'm in California, Pacific time. And that's it. There you go. Thank you so very much, everybody. Thank you, David.